Hello, welcome to another episode of Commander's Corner. My name is Okukog, Commander Okukog. I was reading some of the postings on the social media, on the Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter, and I came to the conclusion that part of the African problem is lack of leadership. For an example, in Nigeria, that we are exploding every day in population. A few years ago it was 100, a few years ago again it was 110. Now we're being told that the estimation is 200 million people. And nobody has carried out census to know what is the population of a people. So you wake up every morning, you just rub your crystal ball and you increase the population. Does anyone take time to subtract the deaths? So many people are dying unaccounted for. So we think that growth and development is based on population. Do they make proper arrangements how to feed, clothe, and house those exploding population, 200 million people? Of course, I'm sure there are people that are doing these things and some statisticians that are calculating these things. But how does it impact the common man on the street? Do they have the infrastructures? I was reading the other day the population in Lagos, that Lagos is 27 million people as of 2020. And that in the next 30 years, it will get up to 32 million people. This is a city that was designed for less than 1 million people. There hasn't been that exponential growth in infrastructures, facilities to accommodate this exploding population. Lagos has become a magnet where everybody from south, southeast, northeast, north, south, wherever you come from in Nigeria, you come to Lagos. If you have ever been caught in one of these traffic jams in Lagos, my brothers and sisters, you begin to wonder, where are our leaders? Why can't they decentralize Lagos? They can put some seaports in the south, in the southeast. They can open up some interiors, have a very good network of railroad services. Before you know it, Lagos population will go down. And then people can enjoy a quality life. Nigeria has a big problem. And that problem is lack of leadership, lack of foresight, lack of planning. You have people living in mansions, $1 million of mansions, driving the most expensive cars in the world. But look at the community that we live in. We don't have running waters. No pipe-borne water anywhere in Nigeria. We don't have adequately equipped medical centers. We don't have emergency services. We don't have roads. Now we don't have schools to educate children. And you have the country budgeting billions of naira to renovate the National Assembly. Where are our leaders? What are we doing to ourselves? Why are we driving these expensive, luxurious cars just to show off? Where your brother is hungry and dying? Where there are people starving next to your house and we're showing off? Has it ever occurred to them that for every Mercedes car that is driven on Nigerian roads, is contributing to mass employment development in Germany. For every Mercedes that is built, it goes through assembly line that touches at least 45 people. And that's 45 people's income. You are contributing to the economy. What is wrong patronizing the local car manufacturers like Innocent? Even if their cars are not up to the Western standard, but that's an encouragement, because they say practice makes perfect. If every government in Nigeria would say, look, for every car that we budget, we're going to buy from local producer, you're going to be surprised how many people that simple decision can affect their livelihood, employment, and the growth of the country's technological centers. I was watching the last inauguration of President Muhammadu Buhari. He arrived at the scene on Maybach Mercedes, $350,000 car. $350,000 car. That's just the sticker price. Then add insurance, you add transportation, maintenance, everything. It is almost a $500,000 car. My brother, they can buy Ikenga, made by Innocent. A very nice car. I drove it last year when I was in Nigeria. For that car, less than $50,000 can drive any president. And then you can use the money to renovate schools, to take care of the Amajiris. If he doesn't know it, the Amajiris are coming. The Amajiris, that will be another issue I'll take on someday. Those innocent boys and girls that have been rendered destitute by the Amajiri system. They don't give them education. They don't give them any hope. No future for them. They will come after us. They will. They're estimated to be what, 20 million people now? The way the Nigerian population is exploding, in the next 10 years, there will be 50 million Amajiris on the streets of northern Nigeria and all across the country. They are now being exported to the southeast. They are being considered menace. And you know, once they grow, they will seek power. They will seek wealth. They will seek control of resources. And anyone that is not enlightened or educated, go and see the likes of the former governor of Abia State, Dr. Joseph Carlo. They don't contribute to anything positive. They pillage and plunder the land. So we have to begin to put together serious leadership. Serious leadership. We need to begin to see the future of the country in terms of long terms, 20 years. What are we planning now? How do we plan to move these 200 million people in the next 5 years? Why can't we have a serious regional economic plans? Instead, we're spending billions of naira every 4 years in elections. I was once involved in electoral process in Nigeria, and I tell you, it was one of the worst mistakes of my life. So much money was spent and very little result. It wasted people's time, fake promises, and at the end, nothing positive came out of it. That is why if you go to a city like Aba, a beautiful city, you have trash, debris of trash, garbage, everywhere. A beautiful city. Do you know that waste management can create very good paying jobs that can employ up to 5,000 to 10,000 people in Aba? People live in fields. And that is why They are constantly sick, complain of typhoid, fever, malaria. You cannot live in filth on top of dumpsters and not be sick. You cannot drink contaminated water and not have typhoid. You cannot live next to pools of water and not be bitten by a mosquito and have fever. There's correlation between these things. And no matter where you live, no matter how high you live in that city, your medical costs every year will continue to rise. The death rate will rise. The sick rate will rise. Illness, both for the child and adult. Every time somebody in your family is sick of typhoid and malaria, isn't time we ask ourselves, why? You see, leadership is important. If you go to any great nation, any great organization, where people will progress, there must be good leadership. And good leadership does not mean that it has to come from the elites, from the so-called educated. Comes from the people. It has to come from the people. You have to feel the heartbeat of the people. You have to have been in their trench to understand the bondage that they live in, so you can help them out. You can lift them out of that situation. I cry for Abia. If I go to Nigeria and I haven't been to Abia City, I haven't been home. Ask everybody. But I'm challenging the leadership in Abia, the chairman of the local government, to wake up. To wake up. Use the resources that is provided to you to lift that great city up. Clean the roads, the streets, the trash. Employ the youth. You can generate high revenue by employing the youth. Clean the streets. How hard is it to clean where you live? Even animals clean their dens. But we human, Abia people, Enyimba, I'm ashamed. I started all the way from the federal government. Now, I'm back home. I saw a video that made me cry. And I said, I must address this issue. I must address it because it's a very simple solution. It has a very simple solution. It's not a big deal to clean where you live. Everybody is going to church. They're praying. We have abandoned this earth, this one that God gave us. We didn't even struggle for it. And we're so busy spending our resources, paying tithes and offerings, building fund, so that we'll go to heaven. Ain't gonna happen. This is the one that God gave us. We must take good care of it. Remember what it said in the Bible, that cleanliness is to godliness. If you don't clean here on earth, what makes you think that God is going to trust you to clean your abode in heaven? You can give the church all the money you want in this world, but if you don't take care, if you don't subdue the environment, if you don't make this place a better place for you and for those behind you, my brothers and sisters, ain't no heaven for you. This is the one that we have. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, whatever you are, I'm challenging you. Go to other places, other countries. They're as Christians as you are, they're as religious as you are, but they take care of their environment. It's their home. It's their home here on earth. This is the one that we know. Go to China. I've been to China. China woke up, and now it's taking care of his environment. And if care is not taken, they're taking over the whole world. I've been to Singapore, one of the most beautiful countries on earth. Because they wake up in the morning, they clean their streets. They take care of business. If they had to be at work by 5 in the morning, 5, they are there. If they had to be at work by 8 in the morning, 8, they are there. I haven't been to Japan, but I've seen a lot. I know they are not as Christians as we are, but they are serious about taking care of their place here on earth. Our heaven on earth now for every Nigerian is to go to Dubai. I've been to Dubai. It's a beautiful place. But we can do just as well as they are doing. They have people cleaning their streets, working at the hospitals, coming to work on time, making sure electricity works, making sure that children go to school, building schools, paying teachers, paying pensions. They're humans just you and I. They're not God. You probably even know God and worship God more than they do. But they take care of business. They have leaders who knows that this earth is the one that they have. Heaven is promised and nobody's been there and come back. So ladies and gentlemen, as you come to my corner, you realize that I'm highly opinionated. You realize that I'm passionate over what I talk. You realize that I want change. I want my people to benefit from the resources of this earth. It's in abundance. We have so much. Where should we have gas, have oil, have gold, have diamond, have everything, coal? They're abundant in Enugu. And still, people cut down the trees in order to cook. Well, we have coal, we have gas, we have oil. People are desperate. They're asking our leaders, please hear our cry. Make this life a heaven for us. Let's deal with heaven when we get there, even if we get there. But make this earth a heaven. If you're in a position to make a change, please make that change. You've heard me. That's my opinion. Commando Kukok. We're going to visit these issues as time goes on. But talk to me. Tell me what you think. I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you to comment. Like or dislike what I'm saying. Share. I want us to face. As I begin to plan for my travel around the cities and countries, I want to meet you one-on-one someday. I want to see a change. I want our leaders to look at this video and say, look, by the time I leave office, I will do one of these challenges. I'm going to make sure that my neighborhood is clean. I'm going to make sure that teachers are paid. I'm going to make sure that schools are built. I'm going to make sure that children go to school. I'm going to make sure that simple water gutter, once they're clean, that you remove the refuge. Why? What's the reason you clean gutter and then you leave it there? When the rain comes again, they go back. Why? A lot of people are looking for a job. And you're driving big, expensive car on paved road. Something wrong with you, my brother? Thank you very much.